Well. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Morning Mug. I'm your host, Huck. Tuesday is the day, man, where we get down to brass tacks, talk about new releases, box office, some movie news, and all kinds of good stuff, and hang out with you guys here at the cafe. It's going to be a good time. Splash it up, Bob. Let's see that Morning Mug gloriously hanging out here. Oh, it's going to be good stuff. It's going to be good stuff, man. I got to know what you guys may have seen and done over the weekend, and we'll get right to it. But first, you know the drill. Grab it, y'all. Grab a drink. Oh my goodness, and grab a snack. Bob, he's over there. He's salivating. He knows the drill because it's time. Oh, for the Morning Mug. Let's just kick it. Let's go. Here we go. My friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now let's chat. Oh yeah, man, I love that intro. I miss my doggy, man, my little dude, little Cash, man. Yeah, we'll get another dog. So we were talking about whether we're going to get another dog, which we will, but when, we don't know. And sometimes we're like, oh, we should go on some vacations, not have to worry about a dog sitter. And before you know it, the prediction is like a year and a half away. Can we wait that long, y'all? Can we? I don't know. Our neighbors did the same thing. We just talked to them. They got this little dude. His name is Ranger. And actually, my daughter worked at the Petco here. And she was volunteering for the pet adoption, right? Because she loves that stuff. And our neighbors went by and saw this dog and then went home and then had this sort of like, regret, like, I think we need that dog. So they asked Brooke if she could, because they knew she was working, to hold on to that dog for them. So she did her job, man, grabbed that dog, held on to it, and they went and they adopted their new family member much sooner, by the way, than the lady's husband wanted to, because he wanted to do the whole traveling, no dog. Now it's like, there's the dog. So we may have to dog sit once in a while. Anybody else got doggies out there? Dogs or kitty cats? So here's the thing. My girls love cats, but the Huck man can't have cats. I think they're adorable, but I'm allergic to them. So, nay, there's shan't be a cat in this house. I mean, I'd have to live on like Claritin if I did, y'all. So, but yeah, all right, let's just pop in. Let's see who's already populating the old cafe. William is here. Good morning, DVD Bunkers. What's good, yo? And Dave, of course, kicking it here. Oh, not yet, Dave. I'll check out the Star Wars. I was looking at some other Star Wars stuff in preparation for today. Nice. Oh, I'm going to check that out for sure. Adrian James is here. What's going on, bro? Good to see everybody here. You also finished the Odyssey. Very good. Yeah, my wife knows that thing backwards and forwards. I asked if she wanted to go see the movie, and she may not want to go because she already is. Not only has she read the book, but she taught the book. Like, she knows that thing in and out, and she feels like she kind of like doesn't want to see it because she already knows it so well. And I don't know. But that's cool. It's narrated by Ian McKellen. I always love a good, well-read audio book. What's going on, Mr. Moody? Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? It's cold in Colorado. Well, Mr. Van Gool, stay bundled up, man. Stay warm and hang out. I want Tracy Morgan to be in the Lanterns. That would rock. What, Tracy Morgan's a Green Lantern? Nailed it. You're welcome. Yeah. All right, let's take your moment. I always give it a go, Steve. I'm gonna take a swing. I'm not shy. Let's go, Kelly. We got your Morning Mug right. Yeah, hot as hell. Look at that. This country's crazy. We got a super cold Colorado, hot as hell North Carolina, and it's nice and breezy here in Cali. And I do have to duck out, man. So like at 9:15, y'all tell me if I'm still yakking. Say, Huck, you gotta go. Yeah, I got like a little, just a checkup, little doctor's checkup this morning. Everything's good. Just a little checkup. You got to go get yourself checked up. Make sure you're good. So don't let me yak incessantly, man. I ain't got time today. But what we do have time for is this dude, Mr. KB in the house. What is up, buddy? What's up, my fellow morning muggiacs? There it is. Happy to catch this live. Nice, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, look at that. Caprice is here too. Hello, hello. Nice. Everybody's loving it. Caprice gets in the house. Hey, hey, Huck. I hope that's anyway. Cats, one dog. Yeah, nice. 2 cats, 1 dog. Nice. And a turtle. How cute. It's been crazy here. Look at that. I know, right? Wait on the new pup. Travel, enjoy. Yeah, new into life a bit. Take it from me. Yeah, from 1 to 0 to 2 now. Yeah, I know. We feel the same way, bud. Like we already have this summer, which is already going to be kind of weird because Brooke's coming home from college, her first year of college. She's going to get a summer job, and then we don't know if we can all take off to go do something. So we need to play that easy peasy. Then we want to do a cruise maybe next Christmas, not this coming Christmas. Because, if you do a cruise, y'all, they're tons of fun, but pay them off over a year because they are expensive. But if you take the whole year to pay it off and then maybe pay the excursions off, by the time your cruise hits, 0. That's how we did it last year. We took the fam, because Brooke graduated, to Europe. Huge thing. And being that I don't roll in the money, we spent like a year and a half paying Europe off, so that by the time we were ready, man, all we had to do is just pay for being there, pay for food, pay for drinks, pay for whatever. But otherwise, trip is due. So it's doable, y'all. Just you can't, unless you got tons of money, you can't just go do it, especially with airfare now. Oh my God, airfare. That's what's killing everybody now. It's because of gas prices. Wonder how that happened. Love you, kitty cat. Yeah, cats and dogs. We can all cohabitate. It's like Star Wars and Star Trek, Marvel and DC, cats and dogs. Come on. It's like Ghostbusters, man. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. But not really. I have cats. They're all rescues. Oh, I like to have a pug. Because, oh my God, they're so cute. Our doggy was a rescue dog too. We went to the, I think it was called Bow Wows and Meows, or it could have been Bow Wows and Meow Meows. Makes more sense if they repeat it. And that was the name of the adoption thing. And then there was just tons of dogs and cats everywhere to go look at. And Cash just looked up at us and said, "Take me. I'm yours." What up, Craig? What's going on, man? 2 cats and 2 snakes. Of course you got 2 snakes, girl. Of course you got 2 snakes. Okay, I'll tell you a story. My old roommate, Luke, shout out Luke, he had a snake. It was like, it might have been 2 snakes, but I do remember one. It was like a python. It's a big ass snake. And I'm terrified of snakes, man. And so to overcome my fears, after it's been fed and it's nice and docile, he says, "I'm going to hand this to you." And I'm like, I don't know if you should do that. So I wish I had this photo ready to show you guys. You would laugh your asses off. It's me. He puts the snake around my neck, and I'm like this, like trying to smile. I'm white as a ghost. Could have been the flash frame going off too. But there's just snake just lick hanging off my, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, we got the picture. Take the snake off. So yeah, that was me with snakes. So good on you. Yeah, geriatric dog. Yeah, cat both in their teens. Okay, so yeah, your pets are getting up there. When they're gone, I'm in no rush to get more to honor them and be able to come and go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what we're doing. Well, I have literally like 3 little shrines of my dog. One's in the kitchen, one's in the hallway. It's just a little picture in the hall or in our bedroom, and then another over by the table that he used to sleep on the couch of. So during the day, we'd have the curtains open. Even when I'd leave, curtains would stay wide open because he would lay on the back of the couch and just and look outside all day. Make sure checking out that neighborhood, making sure no riffraff was populating. He did a good job. And people even said they would always walk by our house and look up and see if Cash was there to bark at him or give his approving wag. Oh yeah, Star Wars, man. So we're gonna chat about that. There's rumor that they're going to re-release the original February of next year for the 50th anniversary for that movie. So it'll be interesting to see how original it is. Do you know what I mean? Like without any, stuff, shenanigans, redos on it. Yesterday was hot as hell, but it rained like crazy. Oh, last night this morning. Nuts, man. Nuts. Right now, it's nice and cool. That's good. Look at that. Dogs are a lot of work. I mean, they are. But you know what, though? My little dude kept me fit because I took him for a walk every day whenever it was lunchtime. Take the dude out. And, that's the highlight of their day. I mean, cats don't care. Cats are grooming and take care of themselves and do whatever they want, and they'll even come get some love from you. But as soon as they've had it with you, they will slap you upside the head and walk away. What? There's an attitude with cats, man. I ain't lying. I'm talking from experience. Those things get ornery. Dogs don't do that. They will lay there all day. If you want to pet them all day, they will take it. So yeah, they're worth the work to me. Hey, what up, Tiger Blue? What is going on, brother? No cruises for me. I mean, look, they're so good, bro. I'm telling you, we've taken 2 or 3 cruises, maybe more in our lifetime, and they've all just been so fun. So like, it's just such a good time. Such a good time. And there's also like trivia. You know me, trivia boy. And every day, like we all had our thing when we woke up. We all woke up, went to the biggest buffet, the greatest buffet. David loved the buffet. And then whatever was on schedule, people would go do. So my daughter would go off with her friend and they do their thing. But I'm like, look, I got a 9 o'clock sharp trivia gang. I got to go. Even if it's not one I knew I'd win. I mean, there were some I had a good swing at. They had a movie poster contest. I crushed that, by the way. Friends. And despite being a big Friends fan, I did not win that. It was amazing how like they got deep. They knew if they're going to do Friends, they got to go really hardcore with these questions. And the people next to me were aces, man. I congratulate them. They were so good. But yeah, they had like a Motown one with just great Motown music. Like they play the Name That Tune. And I wasn't in it to win it. I just wanted to go enjoy some Motown. And it was great. It was great, man. I did pretty good though. Actually, despite that. So anyway, yeah, cruises, man. They're kind of cool. Huskies, yeah. Let's see. My kitty cat was rescued. Look at all you rescue people out there. Nice. What up, Abby, baby? Let's see. Mine are boas. Yep. Brazilian rainbow boas. That sounds delightful, though. Mine are like puppies. they just want to cuddle very tightly. They give you a nice hug. Yeah. That's funny. I love snakes, but I can't stand spiders. Oh, there you go. Do they like melted Skittles? What a specific question. Have you read somewhere that snakes love Skittles? Did you know there was a place in Brazil called Snake Island? Oh, 450,000 species of snakes. No, thank you. Pass. What's up? It also says, can we all just send pictures of our animals to Huck so we can talk about how cute they are? We should do a little share your pet thing on Instagram and we'll just share pets, and that'd be great, right? For a whole pod, super easy. It's so funny as you say that, Haas, too, because like at work, like we use this thing called Slack. I don't know if anybody else uses the app Slack, but we use Slack, and we have the work tab and this tab, and then there's one that's just called work pets, and people are always posting their. It's a little sad though, I gotta tell you. Everybody's just posting their pets. I'm like, maybe I should just dig up old pictures of Cash and go. Yeah. But they all know my little dude's gone. But it's still nice to see like all the super cute pictures of everybody's pets. Some had turtles. Like this, my neighbor, like that way, he's got a tortoise, like the giant, 800-pound tortoise walking around his backyard. It's pretty hilarious. And he's named after of course, a Ninja Turtle. I'll let you guys guess which one he is named after. So where's it? Cooking video. What? Was it good? Are you going to try the recipe? Try walking dog and fell down. Oh, is your dog like a tugger? See, my wife had that. We went and dog sat, and they had like a golden retriever, very large dog. My wife's tiny. She's only 5 foot nothing, right? And when that dog saw something, it yoinked, and she went down too. So and I wasn't there, so it's not like I gave her the heavier dog. So So yeah, so she can't walk giant dogs either. So yeah, I know the antivirus. I know it's out there. Look, I know there's always something right coming off of cruise ships. It's which sucks, but may that go away by the time we decide to go again. I know, man, it would suck. Little Huckster comes back with that thing. What up, Eli? Greetings. Welcome to the show. Always good. Don't forget to slash that like button. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It is an awesome channel. I agree with you 100%. Spiders, snakes, mosquitoes. Do without all of those. Yes. Dude, I don't know what it is. I'll tell you right now, Hoss. Mosquitoes love me, right? I'm from the South, originally Louisiana, so I'm convinced I have Cajun blood that they love. Like anybody else can be around me, I'm like smacking myself. I'm like, is anybody else getting bit? And they're like, no, I'm good. I'm like, you're kidding. I radiate some sort of heat or some sort of Cajun seasoning. I don't know. But mosquitoes love my ass, and I do not appreciate that. I'll tell you, it's kind of love I can do without. Mooney my dude. What up, y'all? No, it's like an iridescent casting, especially in the sun. I'll send you a pic. Oh, all right. Well, send me a pic too. I want to see what that looks like. Of course, this small community owns, likes animals, good people. Yeah. What do you got, Haas? What you got? What you got? What's your little animal of choice? I will send you a picture of my Abby, baby. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we should do that, y'all. Get a little hey, what's up, Mary? Oh, and speaking of, see, she got that sweet little kitty cat right there in her avatar there. So, and we're talking about, I'm sure you've already heard, Mary, about sharing our pets with each other. Yes, you're right. You nailed it. First try, man. You didn't even try for the other ones, did you? It's like Michelangelo. No, just straight for the Donatello. Crushed it. Nailed it. Toss. You're psychic, bruh. Yes. Oh, it's a husky. Oh, the turtle. Look at that. Odin. Great Odin. What's Sue gonna get? I don't know. We'll come back to her in just a second. But I like your moxie, man. I just want to get to everybody's chit chat real quick. Grogu. Yep. We're gonna go Friday as well. Already bought the tickets. Dude, right? See, girl, we have some sort of sweetness in our blood. They can't get enough. We're like a buffet. They just land on the old arm and just munch. Thoughts on the nude? I'm keen to check it out. Why not? Yeah. Hasn't started yet though. Isn't it on it's at the end of this month, I believe, Eli? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I haven't seen it yet if it has started. I thought it's starting later. But yeah, why not? Let's go. And I think you can watch it in either color or black and white. White, right, Eli? In which case I'm gonna totally watch that in black and white. Yeah. Dude, now I know you're from the South. Only somebody who knows. By the way, that is pronounced Tony Sachery. Thank you. For those who know. KB, let me tell you a story. So I went out to audition for a commercial out here back in the day in the 90s, and it was for Tony Sachery. And dude, I'm telling you, the people doing the commercial didn't know how the name was pronounced. Like Alexis, so here's this Tony Sachery's, and I'm like, what? No. It's Tony Sachery's. So I made sure to tell them I'm well aware of the spice. I have it. It's literally in my kitchen right now. KB knows. It's either that or Brooke loves Slap Your Mama. Thinks that's a great one. But yeah, Tony's is always on my table. And oddly enough, I did not get that commercial. I was very upset. I'm like, I literally saved the day for you because you were going to turn in all of these auditions with people mispronouncing your product. And they'd have been like, you guys don't even know how to say our name. You're welcome, whoever got that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go. Some Nick Cage Spider-Man. Yeah. See, y'all smacking them likes. We're at 10. All right, we're 20 minutes in. You guys can do better than that. Come on now. What do we got? Let's take a peek. I gotta look. Do I look and sound all right? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all right. My microphone could be a little closer. There we go. Where are we at? Let's just do a little refresh. Where are we at? 10. Yeah, 10. Come on, y'all. We ain't got all day. All right, let's just keep rolling. All right, we're almost at the bottom here, and then we're going to check out and see. I had a feeling it was Donatello. I know, right? You nailed it, bro. You tuned it in. 3 cats. Only one in the pick. Nice. You may know on Friday. Nice. Social media. Oh, I'm a foodie. I know, right? Oh, in New York. New York until I die. You do travel a lot for work, AB? Wow. That's kind of nice. And see the bills on them too, right? See if you stay at a place, that they cover the cost. My dad used to do that. When my dad was in his 80s, before he passed and all that, I made him a photo album using Shutterfly, y'all. And he said, and it was like his life, like I dug up all these old stuff when he was in the Air Force and this and that. And it was just like, this 20, 30-page book. And he said it was the best gift he had ever gotten. But I also had all these photos that his wife shared with me, of places he's traveled to. So he's been to China and Japan. And I don't think he ever went to Australia, but of course we were in the Sudan of Africa in the 70s. That was amazing. We were there with him for that. So this guy's well-traveled, and they were all on someone else's dime. Not me. All the worldly travel I've been doing, I've been shucking the bucks. What up? That's me, Huckleberry Hound. The Huck starts here. Let's go. Got you, bud. Look at that. Nice. Got some emails sharing here. Johnny is here. What's good, bro? All right, we're almost there. Steve, hey, cool kids. The king is here. Johnny proceeds to kneel. I love you, brother. Sounds like a world traveler. Yeah. Oh, my dad, yeah, he was. Yeah. He did sugar factories and stuff. He was an architect and all that jazz. So they'd always go around the country to see, great locations and stuff to build things and whatnot. Yeah, I wish I'd have gotten some of that skill, but this is my skill instead. All right, y'all, let's get to some stuff, man. We're 22 minutes in, got some 10 likes. If you're here, smack the like. I appreciate it. If you're heading out, smack the like and all that good stuff. But Dave, he was just curious, scratching his chin, thinking to himself, what's Sue gonna get? What's Sue gonna get? Hey! What's Sue gonna get? And these guys too. How the Steelbook crew. Tell him, Sue.
What's Sue gonna get?
What's Sue gonna get? I don't know, but hey! What's Sue gonna get? All right. Let's go. Here we go. Oh, try to do 2 things at once. Try to be multitaskable. But here we go. Yeah, we're going to talk about some new releases today. This is kind of a loaded day, so I'm going to try not to read everything off, but there's a good chunk here. Obviously, starting at the top row to put in your cart or not. Oh, my goodness. Go with some Avatar, Fire and Ash, and Speed Racer. Now, I've already seen reviews already talking about Speed Racer and how popping the colors are. But, I mean, that's nice. I appreciate popping colors, but, how's the movie? And yes, I've seen the movie, so I don't know if I'm in a hurry to add Speed Racer. I mean, anybody else like huge Speed Racer fan? I was a Speed Racer cartoon fan, and I thought the movie was okay, But there you go. Wow. Okay, ads must just keep popping up because it keeps shuffling my stuff here. But anyway, you got a whole bunch of different Speed Racers, Steelbook, 4K. I mean, like it should be done, y'all, right? You get your 4K, Steelbook, or a Blu-ray. Thank you for the options. Let's move on. But when you just come out with one thing, like here's that Steelbook, you better get it. That's all you're going to get. And then like 6 months later, you get the actual 4K. But also Avatar, thank you, doing the same thing. You got a 4K. Later down the line, you got the Blu-rays, but I'll get to that. But you got a nice loaded Steelbook as well. You got the Da Vinci Code 4K Steelbook. Ginger Snaps, if you guys are fans of that horror movie. All of that on 4K. Some Fallout Season 2 with both Steelbook and 4K. So we got Looney Tunes cartoons, The Walk in 4K. The Bride. Anybody else see The Bride in the theater? I saw The Bride. I thought it was good. It was fine. I don't know if it's a big added to the collection movie for me, but it was fine. You know, it was an interesting take, I'll say. It's visually intriguing. Uh, Pacing was a little, but it was fine. Yeah, I don't know. Again, like Speed Racer, I don't know if it'll make the collection. But you guys tell me, you know, if you love that, say, oh, dude, I love that weird Twisted Bride and Speed Racer was so good. See, that's what I like. Again, you know, we always talk about that film is subjective. So I want to know if you guys love something and you're gonna add it. You got your Scarlet. Don't know about the Scarlet or Arco. Those are on 4K. You got a Woody Allen here, The Front on 4K. Honestly, I've never heard of that movie. Talk Radio. There's Bride again. Snowpiercer, the complete series. Got a movie called Nickelodeon. The Dark Backward, if you guys are fans of Dark Backward. On Blu-ray, Hunter's Blood, Night World, Alligator on 4K. Of course, that came out on 4K years ago, but there it is. The made-for-TV movie, by the way, with questionable effects. Sometimes it's like it's a real alligator popping out of a prop, you know, ground and all that jazz. I mean, it is what it is. You got you some fresh kills, Swashbuckler, Conan, like a steel book on that. I have the right back there. I got the Arrow box set. Don't need it. No need to double dip on anything like that. Fallout Season 2 on Blu-ray. I got another release of Warriors, a steelbook. I had a steelbook of the Warriors. I sold it because I have the box set from Arrow. So again, I tried to thin out the herd. You know, if I got that nice steelbook, which was really great, it was the all black one. This one's kind of like the top with the white bottom. So it was similar, but I thought the one I had looked cooler than this one. Again, here we go, re-releasing things. Here's Warriors on steelbook again on 4K. It's like we had that. We had that already. 90s Nightmares, Volume 1. That looks cool. I don't know what it is, but that looks rather interesting. The Base and the Base 2. Ooh, a Body Heat. I got Body Heat. Let's see. Hunter's Blood. All right, yada, yada. Let's just skip through. Oh, look, all the way down here, y'all, in the middle, we have Reminders of Him. It's like a brand new movie. Just came out. I don't know why that's getting buried in the middle of this. That should be up at the top row. Only on Blu-ray, so that I see here. So unless they show me the 4K, that could be another one of those only on Blu-ray releases. What else? That's just kind of, you got your 7 movie Bring It On collection. All right, who is such a fan of Bring It On? They're gonna snag the 7 movie collection. I got the first one. First one's a banger, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I watched it back in what was it, spring break, when my daughter came home. I'm like, have you seen Bring It On? She's like, no. I'm like, we're gonna show you Bring It On. So she loved that. Oh, look at that Conjuring. You got yourself a Conjuring 7, or is that 9 movies? What is that? Hold on. Let's just check this out, y'all. 9 film collection. Look at this humdinger, y'all. Holy hand grenades. Look at that. All right, if you love The Conjuring, there you go. Come on, lock it in. There it is. And then the rest is just, it is what it is. All right, so there it is. So that's it. That is kind of the good stuff, mediocre stuff, stuff you've never heard of. There's always stuff you've never heard of. But these are the releases. Anything jumping out at you to make your collection. For me, at some point, I enjoy the Avatar movies, so at some point I'll throw Fire and Ash into the cart. I don't know. I don't know about Speed Racer. I'm sure it looks great. I just haven't had a hankering to see that. Like, I haven't thought about that movie, and then all of a sudden it's coming out and everybody's talking about it. That's kind of what I laugh about some things like this that are getting overly promoted. Like, were you dying for that movie to come out? I don't know. Again, like I said, some of you may be super stoked. I thought it was fun, but I haven't really thought much about it since. But Ginger Snaps, I know, has a good creepy horror audience. I've actually never seen Ginger Snap. You guys let me know. Is Ginger Snaps good and worth a look? I mean, I know we got this little Ginger in the lead, right? Like, isn't that the thing? Like, she's a redhead. So, thus the play on Ginger Snap's word. And I'm sort of still trying to plow through Fallout on, I think it's Prime, right? But there you go. That is what's coming out, Mon Frères. That's it. That's your stuff. That's your stuff. So put it in your cart or don't. All right, let's get back to you, and then we'll, like I said, we're gonna fly through some stuff today because I do have an appointment. Got to shuffle off too. Oh, it says King Huck. Whoa, let's go, Printmania. Yeah, everybody's getting some haze in still. Yes, please hit that like button. There you go. There you go. That's what I want to hear, man. Chiming in. I'm like, what are you going to get? Avatar and Body Heat. Let's go. Those are good ones. How's the movie? Yes. I was thinking of you when I said that. I was going to say, like KB and I often say, I didn't want to speak for you, but there you go. Yeah. How's the movie? Yeah. I mean, like, how's the movie? That's 100%. Like, how's the package? Looks pretty good. How the colors? Banging. How's the movie? Okay. Right there with you, bro. We should do a show that just says, how's the movie? So we can, like, not talk about all the other distractions. Yeah, Avatar 4K. Look, I love seeing all the other Avatar fans here. Speed Racer in the Walk. Nice. There you go. The Fallout Season 2. Yep. It does look cool. Nice. You guys getting emailed. You took your nephew when he was little? Nice. Nice. Yeah, cool. You're heading to Walmart, huh, Johnny? Go get that Avatar 4K. What up, Stacy? Greetings. I must miss the connection here, but I have to put I have a white bottom too. Me too. I don't know what that is, but sometimes I just enjoy reading things out of context from what I can remember. Look at this. You've got Dead Silence and Moneyball coming in. Nice. Tuner is a great movie. New Heist movie doesn't. Have you seen it? It hasn't even come out yet. Did you get to see an early screening of that? Because it does look good. I think Tuner looks pretty cool. Does he have the same affliction as the kid from Baby Driver? Well, Baby Driver, he was like, didn't like something go off near his head. So he's always had the ringing, or is that the kid in Tuner? I forget. Like, one of them was born that way. I don't know. I forget. But I would say it's a similar thing where there's loud noises, so you got to tone it down. Anyway, check that out. So we say Woody only stars in The Front. It's a good one about a blacklisted writer during the McCarthy era. There you go. There's your last two pickups. So I take it Michael kicked ass to the box office. Okay, all right. I see that we are. I see you guys. You teed me up. Look at this, like hee. Number one. All right, y'all. I get it. I get it. I appreciate it. You're keeping me flowing and going. So who am I to not roll with the punches? So here we go. Let's talk about that box office, you guys. Since you guys are good. You guys are like, hey, Huck, here's a subtle hint. How did Michael do? Guys, gals, this is incredible. 3 weeks out of the number one slot. Let's just see what this is. Michael's fourth week, right? So let's see. Well, maybe not 3 weeks out of it, but to leave the number one slot and then to come back in after being out of the slot for at least 2 weeks, I believe, it's super impressive. I mean, it's just, again, this movie is dropping in very small percentages in the 30s every week. And other movies drop in the 40s, then the 50s, which is what happened with Devil Wears Prada and certainly Mortal Kombat. That thing, man, I knew that. I said it last week, y'all. I said, I think all the fans came out to see it in the first week, and it's going to take a major dive. And it did. And I wasn't expecting a 65% drop, but whoo, girl, there it is. But Michael, back sitting on top, boom, on those toes, baby. 26.1 milli. That's just phenomenal. I really love this movie. I saw it twice. Once on the IMAX and once weirdly in the 4DX one, where it moves the seat, and then your seat moves like this. I'm like, I don't think it's built for a theater like this. I think they just said, let's put Michael in the 4DX because we can charge more for those seats. And then there you go. I will say this, though. Being in that theater, there are things in the seats like speakers or something like for bass and whatnot. So that aspect of the theater, the seat shaking was ridiculous for the movie, but the sound that wraps around you was excellent. That was the nice part about being in there. But Devil Wears Prada, finally shuffles down to number 2 in its what do we got there? Third week, yeah, third week on that. So there you go. Obsession. Now here's the real deal, though. So Obsession, I was talking about this last week. I knew it would come into the top 5. I wasn't sure where. I thought it might be in the 4th position because I kind of didn't expect, Mortal Kombat, like in almost 40 mil. Usually you cut that in half, it'd be at 20, right? And then, which would have been my guess, that would have been at 20, and Obsession would have been at 17. But a 65% drop. I didn't quite see that huge of a drop coming. And so if you look at Prada and Obsession, they're very close. I mean, Obsession lost the second place by just a minor amount. I did go see that this weekend. I have a review for it if you want to go check it out on my shorts. It was spooky, y'all. Very creepy. Really, really good. Good jump scares. The girl that plays, I'm going to forget her name. It's like an unusual name, like Idole or something like that. She is absolutely incredible in this movie. The guy's very like impish, like, sheepish kind of dude. He's okay. She's phenomenal. Like he's good at being the dude who has no game. I'll just give him that. Like he's perfect at dude who's got no game, can't talk to girls, nothing. It's the thing where he makes a wish and he wishes the girl would love him more than anything in the world. Like he wishes it a little, the stakes are too high when he makes the wish. Instead of just being like, I wish you would fall in love with me. Crack. You're not supposed to do that anyway. The genie said it in Aladdin, no extra wishes and no love. I can't do that. That's got to be real. Even the genie knew. But no, this guy's got to, snap it and ruin everybody's life. Ruins everybody's life. So it's crazy. Now, so for me, my 2 favorite horror movies of the year so far is Hokum and this one. The super gross ones and stuff, I don't know, like The Mummy. I don't care for that at all. But Obsession was good, man. It was good. Anyway, back down at number 4. You got yourself some Mortal Kombat 2, dropping like a rock at 13.4. And The Sheep Detectives, y'all. I told you this is a very sweet movie. It only dropped 36%. That means word of mouth is really good for this film. But since it already started in that 4th or 5th position, I think it's just going to keep skirting that position. I think Mortal Kombat, if it keeps dropping like that, it will drop out of the top 5. Sheep might actually hang on to that 5th spot. But let's find out what it is they have to compete against. Oh, Bob, if you will. Boom. No boom. Bob, if you will. Boom. There you go. All right. So check it. Obviously, Mandalorian and Grogu will be it'll be number 1. Look, let's face it. No matter what, the projections are 80 million. It could even hit 100 if it's a good movie. I mean, hands down, it's not even a question. That will be the number 1 movie. I thought it was fun to sort of point out that we're getting all these great re-releases. We did Top Gun Maverick. I rewatched that, by the way. Top Gun Maverick. Still so good. Watched it in IMAX. I don't know how many times I've seen that movie now. 6, 7 times. It's so well made. The pacing is perfect on Top Gun Maverick. Every little moment in the cinematography. How this wasn't nominated for cinematography, I still don't know. It was really good. And the aerial photography, brilliant. But anyway, you got your Terminator 2 coming out. Oh, I also guessed that maybe it could be in the top 5, Top Gun Maverick, but it wasn't in enough theaters. It was only in like 2,500 instead of 3,000. So that does play into it. And when I looked at my theaters, each movie, Top Gun and then Top Gun Maverick, each had like 2 showings per day. They didn't have full shows. So it did get into the countdown, y'all, but only at number 8. So it made like 3.3 million. So not a huge thing like I was thinking it could have had. But also, look, coming out as Passenger is another horror movie. Shocker, every week there's a horror movie. Don't pick up those strangers, man. Don't do it. I don't know. Trailer looks wicked. There's going to be a horror movie every week. So is it worth your time? We will find out. Obviously, my big one to go see this weekend is Mandalorian and Grogu on Friday. I already got the tickets for it. But that's it, y'all. That's what's coming out. There it is to challenge. So let's take a look. All right, Terminator's not going to be in the top 5. Done. Now let's go back. Will Passenger pop in here? So Michael will move down. We're going to get Grogu in number 1. With that percentage drop of Michael, I think he's going to stay at number 2. I think I don't think Passenger's got enough juice to do that. And Devil Wears Prada has been dropping nicely, but it did finally drop 57%. So it might have some hard drops. I think Obsession will drop less than that because it's getting good word of mouth. So I think they're going to switch positions. So you'll go Grogu, Michael, Obsession, Prada, leaving room for only one more. Could it be Sheep Detectives? Or will it be, it'll probably be Possession or Passenger, just barely. So there you go. That's what it's looking like, y'all, coming up. So let's see, 8:40. We'll go ahead and do my last thing so I don't run out of time. We're going to talk about the 52-week movie challenge. Right, KB, let's do it. This particular week is, corner please, thank you, was a prison-related film. My buddy Dell recommended that topic, so I ran with it, and I had so many different ways to go. Do I want to rewatch killer ones like Shawshank or Green Mile, or watch, believe me, and The Great Escape was on the short list, but it's 3 hours long, and my wife did want to watch the movie with me, and I was like, you know what? I got this copy of Stir Crazy at a swap meet for literally $1 because the case was water damaged and messed up. So like I do, I recreated the whole thing, customized it, but the disc is in mint condition. So it now looks like a store-bought copy. So I said, let's watch that. The whole point of this is to not only watch movies, but also enjoy your collection. So this is a rewatch. I've seen it, but not since like the 80s or something like that. And it held up very nicely. Super funny. These two are at their peak when it comes to their duo. I have a review for this as well. Please go check that out on the Shorts tab. And you'll see they did Hear No Evil, See No Evil. What else? I have them all in there. Silver Streak. So they've collabed at least 4 times, and this, I think, is their best. Their chemistry, their timing, their line delivery, it's just so good. And then I just dropped this shot of Grossberger down here. Grossberger was great. So you'll have to watch the movie. I'll just leave it there. I don't want to tee up what the deal is with Grossberger, but at the ending, Becky and I are looking at each other, and we had to question how certain characters were resolved at the end of this movie, right? Anyway, but it's a fun time. I give 3.5 stars on Letterboxd. Like I said, these two, basically they wear these woodpecker costumes, and they work at this bank. And Gene Wilder, he's a writer, and he comes up with this brilliant idea to get people to bring their money to the bank. So they dress up as these woodpeckers and do a little song and dance, and people are charmed by it and all that stuff. Well, turns out these two hooligans that they met in a bar earlier steal the costumes and impersonate them poorly, by the way. And there's this little girl, she figures out that's not the same two people, but anyway, they rob the bank as these, of course, everybody thinks it's them because they're wearing the costumes. Really, cops can't figure out it could have been anybody wearing, but they also steal their van. So it definitely looks like it's them in their van, so at least the bad guys thought of enough to make it obvious that it would be them. So they go to jail for the crime they didn't commit, and thus hilarity ensues. And they meet Grossberger, and Grossberger's a delight. Love that guy. He's so funny. Yeah. And then so hijinks ensue, and the whole thing is to plan a jailbreak because they don't belong there and all this good stuff. Directed by Sidney Poitier, I must say. Did a fantastic job. It's just whenever I watch this movie, I never think Sidney Poitier, but dude had a good sense of humor because he crafted a very good comedy. So I would say check it out. If you haven't seen Stir Crazy, of all the Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor ones, this is the one to watch. And Richard was supposed to be the guy in Blazing Saddles, but he was an unproven actor at the time. So that's why they got, what was that? Cleavon Little? Wait, is that the name? That played in Blazing Saddles. Do I have that name right? So yeah, so they did not go with Richard Pryor, but if they did, that you could clearly see that would have been their greatest pairing. But instead you got this, and it's just as charming. So there you go, y'all. That is my movie for the 52-week movie challenge. Let me know what you watched, if you watched anything for this particular week with prison related. And next week, number 21, it has a color in the title. It's as simple as it sounds. Think Color Purple, Pretty in Pink, any of those, Woman in Red, whatever your movie is, that's what you need to watch. So there you go. All right, Bob, bravo. Well done. We are done with all of that. I will save the next thing if we have time. Actually, should we chat about it real quick? Hey, I tell you what, let's do it. Again, I don't have a ton of time, so I got to squeeze it out. Let's talk quickly about the Lanterns trailer. Okay, there we go. Let's go full screen on that. Yeah, boom. So the Lanterns trailer came out. This is the new one. And we did get a shot of some good shots of rings. We get both Hal Jordan and Guy Gardner, as you can see. And at the very end of the trailer, that is clearly Jon Stewart wearing the ring. So we're getting all these ring bearers. There's a shot of an ice planet. So that's interesting. Like, what is that? Like, some people are joking, like, is that Krypton? Like, Krypton, is Krypton really an ice planet? I know we keep sort of absorbing the Richard Donner aspect of Krypton with the crystals and stuff, and the lair in the new James Gunn movie. It's ice, but you could also just assume that's just what it looks like in the North Pole. But come Supergirl, we'll get a nice look at what the planet looks like, because she leaves the planet and the planet explodes. So I kind of like the fact that I hope that the planet is more of just a planet with interesting technology, and the Fortress of Solitude is just something that pops up in the ice to disguise itself, to look like ice. And since he's Superman, he wouldn't be cold. But there you go. So this is the trailer. The teaser, the previous teaser gave us a little bit, some other information about, that Hal Jordan is training Jon Stewart, and he's got to be worthy of the ring and all that jazz. And this one gives us a little bit more. That it's an Earthbound story, and it's more of like, I don't know, maybe a buddy cop kind of thing. I was fine with it. A lot of people are like praising this trailer. I thought it was good. I wasn't like, oh man, like I am blown away. Yeah, it just didn't, I was more sort of wowed by the Supergirl trailer. But here it is. So if you guys have seen the Lanterns trailer, what did you think? Did it push that needle? Like, dude, I think it rocks. I love that trailer. I thought it was exactly what I was expecting. I think this is definitely a different take on the whole thing. It's not spacebound stuff yet. They wanted to keep it more earthbound, which is also kind of smart. Maybe saves on your budget a little bit. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to briefly chat about Lanterns to see if you guys had seen it, what you thought about some of the imagery in the trailer, some of the extra plot points they gave us, and your excitement level. Where does it fall on this scale? All right, there you go. Now we're done over there. Now we're done. Okie dokie. Let's get back to you guys. First, beverage shot. Whoo-wee. All right, let's do it. Eli, Michael. What cartoon adaptations would like to be in? Johnny Quest and Scooby-Doo. I mean, I know they've already done Scooby, but if they do another one, I would just love to be in it somehow. Favorite Dustin Hoffman performance? I mean, Rain Man's always great. Wag the Dog was pretty good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Eva. That's off the cuff right there. The Stuff is a good movie to watch for the first time this weekend. The Stuff. I remember The Stuff. That was pretty good. Yeah, it's like The Blob, but, you can eat it. It doesn't end well if you do. I'll pick a Body Heat. Yeah, future Criterion sale. There you go. I think I have Body Heat. I think I got it from, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I got a Blu-ray of Body Heat right there. So, and again, I haven't seen my copy, KB, so I need to check out my copy, see if I'm satisfied with that Blu-ray, and then I'll save myself the upgrade. Never saw any Avatar movie. It's too bad you didn't get to see them in the theater. They are a pretty spectacular theatrical experience, Brent, I would say, because Cameron just kills it with the visuals, and cinema's a visual medium, so they are fantastic. I don't know, since you've never seen them, if you'll get the same wow factor watching them at home, but maybe try watching the first one, get halfway through it, see if you're digging it, and then you might be all in to watch all of them. But if it ain't your bag, man, just cut it off and watch Smoking the Bandit. Smoking the Bandit. I should hold off too. Look, we're weak. I know, we're like sheep detectives. See what I did there? 17 likes. Almost an hour in. Can't even get 20. You guys, come on now. We got this. Let's go, man. 20. By the way, does anybody ever have the issues with Warner Brothers digital codes? I tried to see if these were good. Look at all of these codes, all of these things. They're expired. I just decided to pull out all my things yesterday and go through some codes and see if they're good. And all of them were fine. Like all expired, because I get all these things and I don't even open them. I'm like, you should see the floor down here is like piled up movies, all cracked open finally, cracked the seal, took the codes out. Paramount, Sony, Universal, everybody else, expired codes worked perfect. Warner Brothers, oh, it's expired, bro. You're done. You're toast. We ain't giving you nothing. What's up with that, Warner Brothers? And they're like probably my favorite studio, but kind of weird that everybody else doesn't mind putting the expiration, but still letting it roll. Because, they don't know how long something's been sitting in the bin at Amazon. And when you finally get it and you open it up, you go, oh, I got a code for what you call it, Wonka. And then it's no good. So I can't even share Warner Brothers codes with you guys. In anything. It doesn't matter. KB he's my Denzel when he comes in the house, bro. So it don't matter. Michael's number one and about to drop in Japan. Right. Billie Jean is number one. Look at that. Look at that. See, that's the thing, man. When that thing hits, and what is it? I think it's in June, like maybe June 16th, something like that. I think it's dropping in Japan. And they said that could push it to the 1 billion. I mean, hey, it'd be kind of neat to see that. It's still got a ways to go. It's in the 700s though, to try to chase down Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, it's at 706. And let's see, Bohemian Rhapsody ended at 911, so it's got about at least 200 million to catch that. So Japan, hopefully, especially KB, you're saying it's like songs already at number one. It's gonna be a tight race, y'all. It's gonna be a tight race. Keep a list of criterions ready for when the sale hits. Certain movies just tempted. No, don't do it, Steve. Come on, self-control, bro. It's like that extra cookie. Just have the one cookie and just push the bag away. Chips, just 2 or 3. Yeah. See, I have really good portion control in the house. My wife hates it. I was going there and I'll eat like 2 chips. I'm like, that's it. I just needed that salty. She's like, I'm like, yeah. So thank God. I'd eat a bag of those if I could. Same loud noises for the movie. Yeah. Lava Lamps. What are you guys talking about? Lava Lamps. Obsession is a great thriller. It's not going to make a wish. I will take my time in figuring out what wish to use with that voodoo stick. Let's see. I think next weekend, Mando, Michael, then Obsession. Word of mouth is pushing. Yeah. And it's in. Oh, okay. Indy Navarrete. Indy Navarrete. I'll go with that. Nice. Yeah, she's fantastic. Did you go see that already too, KB? But it's good. Yeah. I have no clue. I couldn't even give you a guess. It would have to be somebody of extraordinary talent that I don't even know. Like, there's not a person I can think of that has his talent that I'm aware of. Like, they could have enough to do, like, look, Michael's nephew had some skills. So it is unknown. But because I love Prince, so you got to get somebody good. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Nobody. So I'm saying, KB, you put me on the spot. I can't tell you nobody. Tracy Morgan. Yeah, hey man, Luke, what up, man? Luke did a fun little watch along last night of Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Such a great movie, man. Such a good movie. We're doing good, bro. Yeah. No, we don't need an ASAP Prince biopic. No, it's like, let's take our time. Let's bask in the Michael glow for now. It's like, embrace that. No. Right now I'm with KB. No. Purple Rain. Yeah. Look, Purple Rain is kind of biopic, right? Freaking love Purple Rain, man. Purple Rain. How do we get that on 4K? Do we need that on 4K? I don't know. I got a nice Blu-ray though. It's good. I got the Blu-ray and the DVD because they're both loaded. Both loaded to the hilt. Planning on picking up reminders of him. Nice. Nice. There you go. No, it's like, I think he has all caps on. No, I think he knows exactly what he's typing. He's letting you know. Ain't gonna be no prints. Mm-mm. Oh, you did. You saw it. Nice. Sheep detectives on Saturday. Yeah, I'm telling you. Telling you. Terminator in the Old West. I think it would win pretty quickly. Let's see. Shot Caller. What is this? Gonna be watching Shot Caller for week 20. I don't know Shot Caller. It's obviously a prison movie. I don't know that one. What you got, KB? I got one plus its sequel for this week's challenge because of Ghostbuster. Okay. Look at that. Jeff is here. What's up, Mr. Juggalo? Everybody's getting stoked. You're here, man. Stir crazy hilarious. Thank you, Luke. I haven't seen it in a while, but dude, it was funny. It was good. Saying that Tom Selleck's Innocent Man was a good movie. I agree with that. See no evil, cure no evil. Yep. You saw Follow That Bird. I'm unfamiliar with that one. You watched an oldie, Brute Force from 1947. Nice. Look at that. That's a deep cut. That's not one of, I know the name, but I've never seen it in my time. I'm gonna make guess Dad Lanterns. Okay, so Jay says Lanterns looks good and want to watch it. Yeah, I agree. Did the new trailer though jazz you up a little bit more, or just pretty much your enthusiasm is just there no matter what? Because I'm gonna watch it no matter what. So I wouldn't say it's like I'm now like antsy for it, like, oh, let's bring it on. Now I'm just like, okay, all right, it still looks like what the first trailer gave us. So I'm of the same hype, as it were. You're digging the challenges. Thank you, Stacy. Good. I hope you're all enjoying the challenges. The 52-week movie challenge is a good time. Just as Jeff, man, it's his favorite part of his week. We watched Shawshank. Nice. There you go. Look, that was on my list too. I was throwing that out, but both my wife and I had seen that enough that we wanted to see something we just haven't seen in a long time, and that was Stir Crazy Dragon. Nice. Yes, we're going to do this or that, but everybody just throw out a few. I got to make it no longer than 15 minutes, and then I'm outie. So if I get to that sort of time frame and there's still a bunch, I'll have to just sort of call it at that point. Yes, please smash that like button. Get us to 20. Smashed it. Good. June 12th. There it is. All right, so that's when it's going to drop there. Cool. I knew it was in that little double-digit June early. Okay, it says I really want to the Arrow sale. Yeah, Jackie Chan. I know, man. When does that sale come? Usually the sale comes around a Criterion sale, and I hope Jackie Chan is coming out in time to take advantage of that sale and not after the sale. You know what I mean? I always hate when like something good comes out too early and then you're worried it'll sell out, so you feel like you got to buy it. But if it comes out just before the sale. Also, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I'd like to get that on the sale as well. You missed Obsession at the local film festival. So I caught it the opening night here. Nice. It stayed with you ever since. I know, right? They did a good job with that whole possession. It's like a possession movie, but it is. Check out my review. It was good. Hello, Mr. James. Purple Rain is on 4K. Oh, of course it's on 4K. What am I talking about? Yes. I'm like, yeah, I have it on 4K. With that nice crispy slip. Is it over here? Let's see. I think I have it down here because I had to take I think there was a code in it. It was one of the ones that I pulled off the shelf. You can see the big, oh, there it is up there. There it is right there. It's right. Hang on, right. There it is. That's Purple Rain right there. On 4K. This is my 4K shelf, by the way. 4Ks and then steelbooks down here. So yeah, that's what all these gaps are for. It's all these, trying to extract codes, seeing if they're still any good. Of course it's on 4K. All right, 20. There you go. And Robin and Prince of Thieves. Done. All right, guys. It's now time for a little this versus that. So we're going to end the show today. It is right at 9 o'clock. So this will give us a little bit of, this versus that competition to end the show with. So let me know. Let me know what you got, what you want to throw at me, who you want me to pit against the other. And I will do my best to share with you the one I would prefer over the other. Tell you what, let's think outside the box. I don't want to see Christopher Nolan's name again. I don't want to see Quentin Tarantino, Steven Spielberg. I think we've done those pretty well. So let's find some other interesting this versus that's. Mr. Moody has already found an excellent one. Hey, let's just see. Dude, MCU doesn't excite me in the slightest. More power to those that are excited. Yep. Feels like Marvel 2.0. I got you. All right, here we go, Steve. TJ Hooker versus JT Kirk. Dude, that is the best framing of those two. I've never put that together. That somebody just flipped the initials. James Tiberius Kirk versus, what was TJ's? ATJ. That's all I remember is like ATJ. Remember when he was in Showtime with De Niro and Eddie Murphy and Shatner goes sliding over the hood, and then when he hits the ground, De Niro asks, "You okay there, TJ?" I just love that. All right, so let's bring up the old graphic-a-roni. That would be this one here. Boom, there it is. All right, so let's take it off and we'll get it started. All right, gang, it is now time for a little friendly game of this versus that, where you guys give me two things to pit against each other, and I will do my best to pick a winner. And first up is from Mr. Moody here, TJ Hooker versus JT Kirk, James T. Kirk. That's great. I love it. Look, I mean, TJ Hooker is a good follow-up, to keep his legacy going. The guy, let's face it, nobody reinvents themselves in the entertainment world better than William Shatner. The guy has managed to, I think, do what nobody except for maybe Clint Eastwood, who's still kind of working. But Clint Eastwood also looks like he's slowing down. Like he looks older and frail, looks like he needs to call it a day. Shatner's 95, looks in his 70s, early 80s, has great energy, still has a nice, healthy appearance to him. And the guy's just a brilliant person to reinvent himself. So look, as cool as TJ Hooker is, we're going James T. Kirk. Of course. Takes this hands down, James T. Kirk. I mean, it's like the smoothest, coolest character, one of the greatest television characters ever made. So as nice as Hooker is, I think we got to go with some Kirk. All right, next up, crocodiles versus Komodo dragons. Oh, look, that's kind of funny. So while crocodiles are cool and do lend themselves to some, Crocodile Dundees or some Crocodile Rock, you got to have a Komodo dragon. Just the fact that it's a dragon. I mean, a very small one, but albeit still kind of huge, and it's bigger than I am probably. I mean, Komodo dragons are cool. Then they have the Komodo dragons in Skyfall. It was one of those James Bond movies. They had the Komodo dragons in the pit that I think was like a little throwback to the crocodiles in Live and Let Die, where James Bond had to run on the backs of the crocodiles. But and just, I mean, the word Komodo dragon just sounds badass. So as cool as crocodiles are, they're just like a brother sister of the alligator, whereas the Komodo dragon stands out on its own as something kind of cool and unique with a very badass name. So let's go with some Komodo dragon. Okay. Are these all the Tim Allen the TV shows? Home Improvement, Shifting Gears, which I didn't even see that, versus Last Man Standing. All right, well, here's the thing. I think with all of those, it's nice that Tim Allen came and found a couple of new series to continue his legacy with, but I don't think any of them hold a candle to Home Improvement. I mean, Home Improvement was the OG Tim. It was basically Tim Allen, just basically playing himself. It's like Seinfeld in Seinfeld. He finds a safety net, which is playing himself, and he did it spectacularly. So, yeah, I mean, you got to go with the OG there with Home Improvement. Who is Spark? Oh, see, you deep cut Star Wars people, I don't know. I don't know who Spark is. Now, if you said Grogu versus Yoda, I'd understand. So Yoda. Yoda wins. Sorry, man. Kroll, Kroll versus You're the Hunter. Both not great. Both not great. Kroll with his little, thing, his little weapon there. The thing is, when you think of Kroll, you think of that the glade, was it called? I think that was the thing, and you try. How do you catch that damn thing when it's spinning at you without cutting your fingers off? Oh, you got to be good to catch it. I don't know. That's movie magic, but you always just think of the glade, if that's what it was called. But you don't think of the dude, maybe the Cyclops, like everything other than the lead guy. You don't even think of that guy when you think of Kroll. Is he Kroll? I think he is Kroll. I don't even think of Kroll. Now, You're the Hunter from the future. That's Red Brown, y'all. That's the OG Captain America that wore the motorcycle helmet. That was our first iteration of Captain America before the 90s came and Matt Salinger got to take over the role. But, I mean, it's Red Brown in a giant flowing golden wig. Who can't get enough of that? So we're going to go You're Hunter of the Future because he doesn't need that silly glade to be remembered. There you go. You're takes the win. That's pretty good, y'all. No, I saw both of those as well. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. It was rough. Hawk the Slayer. Well, but you didn't do Hawk the Slayer. Yoda versus Spock in Smarts. Oh, is that what that was supposed to be? Spark? That was supposed to be Spock? Okay, must have been an autocorrect. Yoda's wise in the ways of the Force and how to deal with it. I think he's almost has a little, some politics in his head. So does Spock, though. Spock knows how to work stuff. That's interesting. I gotta tell you though, as wise as I think Yoda is, I think Spock is probably smarter. I know. If you're like, no, it's Yoda. No, I don't know. I mean, Spock is extremely smart. He's tactical, but he doesn't let emotion get in the way. He does things that are logical. And you could say Yoda's probably a little bit of that too. He's a little wise, but I don't know. When you get down to these two, because I've seen so much of what Spock can do, and I've seen only what I've seen of Yoda, and he's a good trainer. He's a good trainer, but I think Spock's he's a little more well-rounded in the old noodle. So I think Spock takes this one. All right. Beach Boys versus the Backstreet Boys. Oh my God. Well, I mean, it depends on your generation that you're from. What's funny though, Steve, is I'm in the middle of both of those generations. Like, as growing up, I heard some Beach Boys music, wouldn't it be nice, all that good stuff. And then later, Backstreet Boys came in when you got all the boy bands and stuff. And I played a ton of Backstreet Boys back when I was a DJ, man. You gotta get people on the floor, get them dancing. We played Larger Than Life a lot, stuff like that. And people went nuts. So for me, I've had a more personal connection to the Backstreet Boys because of the industry I was in. And so I played their music on a more consistent basis. But the Beach Boys are fine. I think they're like this for me. I get, look, and we're taking historical thing out of it, because obviously if you're going to go, oh, come on, Beach Boys, without them, there'd be no, that's not what this is about. This is just about their music. I'm going to take it that way. And I'll just lean towards the Backstreet Boys because of my exposure to their music over the exposure to the Beach Boys. Christopher Lloyd versus Christopher Lee. Oh boy, look at you getting the Christopher fight coming in. Obviously, Christopher Lee, you get a lot of the good horror stuff and Saruman and all that stuff. But Chris Lloyd, you got Back to the Future, Roger Rabbit, Taxi, tons of other. You got Star Trek 3, Krug with his little snarly dog there. All right, look, I think this is easy for me. Because while I think both of these guys are legendary in what they've given us as actors and our experiences at the cinema, I'm going to go Christopher Lloyd just because I like what Christopher Lee does and I like him in everything that he does. But Chris Lloyd has been in a lot of stuff that I love, all the things I just mentioned, especially Back to the Future. It's my favorite movie of all time. He's so good in it. And I grew up watching Taxi. He was great in that. If you've never seen the driving test from Taxi, when we're done here, go to YouTube and put, Chris Lloyd, Jim Ignatowski is the character, and say driving exam or something. And he's sitting behind Tony Danza and he's asking what yellow means. And I'll just let you enjoy that clip. I mean, that's what pushes him over Christopher Lee to me. So Chris Lloyd takes the win. Where are we at? 9:10. All right, 5 minutes, y'all. Braveheart versus Gladiator. I feel like I've done that one, but let's do it anyway. So Braveheart versus Gladiator. It's kind of easy for me. I like both of these. They're both strong films, but I've seen one more than the other. I rewatched Gladiator more than I watched Braveheart. I thought Braveheart was fine. It doesn't click with me like Gladiator does. And when Gladiator 2 came out a few years ago, I rewatched Gladiator, and man, it still held up so good. It was so strong. So for that and for the memory, I'm going to go Gladiator takes that win. All right, True Grit, the original and the new. Interesting. So both the True Grits, kind of right here. Like I don't have like a dog in the race. I don't know which one did I like more. I don't know. Like neither one pops for me like over the other one, but I've only seen each of them once. So that tells you where they fall in my, Western thing, because I don't watch a lot of Westerns. But I'll go with the original True Grit with John Wayne. I just remember the thing where he's got the, bridle bits in his mouth and the two guns in each hand. He's like, "Fill your hands, you son of a bitch!" Ah! And he gets to riding with no hands and shooting. That was pretty rad. And it's one of the first John Wayne movies I saw. So, but I did like the original as well. Okay, Mel Gibson directing versus Ridley Scott directing. You can't. I don't think it's even a contest. Mel Gibson's done some decent directing to some great directing. I say decent because if anybody saw Flight Risk, oh my God, that was trash. And I know Ridley's probably not scored on everything he's done either, but Ridley just has a more distinct voice when it comes to directing. His visuals, his storytelling style, they're just on a different scale than Mel Gibson. I think if you'd have tested me against Denis Villeneuve, it'd have been a very painful competition. But going with Mel Gibson and Ridley Scott, it's a pretty easy breezy thing. Maybe even if you put Ridley against his brother, Tony Scott, that'd have been tough. But up against Mel Gibson, I think Ridley Scott easily takes it for the win. All right, y'all. All right, one more swig. Huh. All right, Band of Brothers, 10-part war movie directed by Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks versus Saving Private Ryan, also directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Hanks. Well, although Tom Hanks wasn't in Band of Brothers, was he? Not that I remember. All right, so Band of Brothers is a very cohesive story, 10 parts. It's very, very long and detailed. Private Ryan is probably my favorite. Sorry, I'm getting too much talking now. Hold on. All right. I just got to go with Private Ryan. I love that movie. It's my favorite war movie. I'm not a big war movie guy, so it's got to be something that really holds my attention, something special. It's not a genre that, unless I put it on my 52-week movie challenge to get myself to do it or somebody recommends it to me, I don't really seek out war movies. So, but I did find the Band of Brothers, like when Best Buy was going out, man, a $10 Blu-ray pack of that. So I do want to rewatch that show. And I know it's amazing, but just off the cuff, we're going to go Saving Private Ryan. Stephen Wright versus Mitch Hedberg. I don't really retain a lot of how Mitch's stuff went, but Stephen Wright, with his zingers and one-liners and his slow delivery, stands out. So because Mitch isn't popping into my head, really, I'm going to go Stephen Wright takes that one. All right, KB, we got some 4K quality of 4Ks versus Blu-rays in my collection. I like the distinction. Well. I mean, I would say that there are titles that embody both in a good way so that you can, benefit from it, and there are versions of those that don't. Like I got some Blu-rays that look all milky or whatever, terrible, and 4Ks that just look like a Blu-ray, like they're not that great. But when you get, I mean, I think when you just get a humdinger of a 4K, like I'll still go out on the limb and say, I don't know what it is, but for me personally, when I watched Star Trek 2, it looked crazy good. It looked so good. Like I've never seen that movie look so good. And that's what I love about 4K is when it takes something that you've seen a lot, like KB knows, he's a Star Trek fan too. When you've seen something a lot and you're just sort of like, oh, I'm just going to watch this movie again. And you just start watching it and you're not distracted by how good or how sad. But when I put that in and watched it again, I was like, I couldn't stop being in awe of how good the movie looked. And I've seen that movie so many times. So I will go ahead and say, maybe that's predictable, but to say 4K, when I'm impressed with the 4K, it knocks me out of my seat in movies like that. But overall, too, I would say that Blu-rays look good enough that a lot of times when I upgrade to 4K, it doesn't impress me. Like I need to really see the difference. If it just feels like I upgraded it for the sake of having the name 4K, I'm disappointed. But if it really shows off its quality, it's good stuff. So I'll pick that 4K because I'm thinking of Star Trek 2. All right, so let's go maybe one more. Let's see. Con! I know exactly, right? Thank you guys for checking out. All right, we're going to do this last one. This will be the last one today. Dave gives us Ripley versus Sarah Connor. Oh, Two Badass Chicks by James Cameron / Ridley Scott with Ripley. These are great. These two ladies embody what it is to be a badass chick in the cinema. Sigourney actually gets an Oscar nom for that role as Ripley. I thought that Linda Hamilton did an equally great job in T2. Cameron knew exactly how to elevate both of those characters into something that audiences would just wow by. This is close because I'm going to put like the T2 Sarah Connor against the Aliens Ripley. I think Ripley still takes it though, because they're both badass. Ripley gets into that, that loader and takes on the queen to save the daughter, to try to save the day. Sarah's equally cool too. I feel like T2 does a little of the heavy lifting in that, but she holds her own pretty well, better than most would. But I think in the end, I think Ripley takes the win. All right, y'all, that is going to do it for, I think, our this versus that today. And I think we're going to wrap it up with that. You guys did a great job. Thank you so much for coming out. This is have a great day. Final episode of Stephen Colbert coming up this Thursday. Check it out. Show them support. But yeah, man, go out and check out a movie. If everybody's going to go see the Star Wars movie, we'll talk about it next week, see how we all liked it. Do a little out of the theater review, so be on the lookout for that. And I did a couple this weekend as well. So go check out all my reviews, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. So until next week, you guys have a good one. All right, Bob, roll it.
All my cafe members for their support. If you'd like to be a cafe member to help,
hold on.
Please consider hitting that join button now.
Let's do that again.
Thank you to all my cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button now.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind. We'll see you on the next one.